victory. Welcome to the experience. Healthy, empowering, renewed. Where the healing is real and the love pours through. We're walking in truth, we're stepping in joy, we're loving the woman we choose. This is the her experience.
Hey ladies, hey, welcome back to my podcast show. So today I have a very special guest. She is very special indeed on the show, and Alicia Nicole, as she refers herself to, beautiful, loving, just a sweetheart. I have been knowing Alicia since we were in elementary school, so for a long time. We are both in our 50s, and Alicia is here today, and she's going to share her health journey with you. I pray that you tune in, not just hearing, but with a listening ear and an open heart, because this is not just about physical health, but this is about the woman's well-being, the total her. And so today you're going to be equipped again, and you're going to be empowered again if you take heed and if you glean from what is going to be spoken and shared on today. So without further ado, I welcome Alicia Nicole to the show. Yay! Thank you so much for just answering the request, the call to be here. When the Lord, just in that moment, God was like, "You're going to interview her." And so he is handpicking the women or the people, because it'll be men later on, but he's handpicking the people who are supposed to be here and sitting in this chair. And I know that you have so much to offer the women. I have learned from her over the years. So even when I thought I was at my best, Alicia, she has a plethora of knowledge. I call her the health guru. And there's so much that I can learn even as a healthcare educator. And I've watched you over the years. I've watched you so much. And so, again, welcome to the show. And we're going to start by you just tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, motherhood, where you are now in your career, and we'll just go from there.
Okay, well, let's see. I am a mother of two daughters. I have a 31-year-old and I have a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
Amazing girls, amazing girls.
Yeah.
God couldn't have blessed me with anything better.
Yeah.
They have been amazing to me. I am, I've been so many things in this journey as far as like career goes. I have done nonprofit work. I have done retail. I have done sales. I have done public relations. I mean, I have done entrepreneurship, and I still dabble in entrepreneurship. Never stop that.
Yes.
But now I'm on a whole new journey, and I've been teaching the last 2 years. So I've been teaching substituting, and that has given me a lot of insight and a lot of direction. And I actually didn't think that I would love it, but I have grown to love it, and all the children that I come in contact with in all the different schools. So God is doing something.
Yeah.
He is definitely doing something right now.
He's making an imprint through you in the lives of these babies, and that's what I'm seeing more and more often. Those of us who are believers, those of us who are of the faith, God is sending us into the school systems and the institution, the secular, should I say, school system, because there's so much that's happening, right? There's so much that's going on, and so just you being there and showing up, and giving who you are. These babies need it.
Yeah.
They need it. Now, what age group? What grade?
Now that's interesting. I have taught from TK all the way up to adult.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
okay.
I have taught English as a second language.
Really?
Yeah, which
Okay.
was very interesting. I
Uh-huh.
was like, how am I going to do this? But actually, it's one of the most rewarding classes that I've done
Ah.
because I was teaching from 18
Uh-huh.
all the way up to the oldest person was 79.
Really? Oh, I love that.
79, yeah.
Yes.
So that was kind of cool.
Uh-huh.
I will say my sweet spot as far as where I really like to teach
Mm-hmm.
is third and fourth grade.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
sure what it is about
Uh-huh.
those babies, but whew,
Uh,
yeah, that's my sweet spot.
really?
But I've taught high school, and I'm able to relate to a lot of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's that mama spirit,
Yeah, yes,
I
yes, I
think that's
relate.
what it is.
And they're drawn to you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they really drawn to me.
Yeah.
I mean, and I must have something around me, some aura that God is putting around me. Because I mean, even the kids that are kind of, you know, they don't talk, they don't do
Mm-hmm.
anything, they're kind of standoffish.
Mm-hmm.
They
They feel comfortable.
feel very
Yeah.
comfortable with
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Very, very comfortable, whether it's hugs or
Mm-hmm.
just kind of touching me or being
Mm-hmm.
close to me or wanting to be in my vicinity. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, God, okay, I
Yeah.
see what you're doing.
Yeah.
But it's very rewarding.
Mm-hmm. It
Because,
is.
like I said, I've even taught kids with severe autism,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that's really, really rewarding,
Yeah.
especially when you meet a child that is nonverbal
Yes.
completely, and you've
Yes.
been working with them for some
Yeah.
weeks, and then
And
all
all
of a
of a sudden they
sudden
start talking. I know.
I,
Isn't
it
that
breaks me
just pulling on
down,
your
child. It
heart?
breaks me
Right. It's like the
down.
heartstrings. Like, what? I know I used to teach years ago, and I worked with autistic children. I remember having a young lady, her name is Ronnie,
Hmm.
and she didn't talk. She wasn't verbal. And again, she felt very comfortable. And all of a sudden, before I resigned from that place, I was like, oh my gosh, she's talking. And her mother was like, she never talks. And
Hmm.
so it is the light of Christ that's inside. And then
Absolutely.
just having that mothering spirit, I relate. So with the children and the spiritual daughters and all that stuff, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
It is a privilege, and it's an honor because I look at it like this: like God entrusts us with His people.
Yes.
These are souls. These are precious lives, and He's entrusting us with them. And so I'm grateful. So thank you for your contribution to the community and to these families and to the schools.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So we're gonna shift a little bit. Let's talk about your journey. So I have a few questions.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So before your health journey began,
Hmm.
how would you describe your relationship with your health physically, mentally, and emotionally?
Before my health journey.
Before your health journey began.
Huh. You know, I would say I felt like I was probably oblivious.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a word for it. I was
Mm-hmm.
pretty oblivious to what
Mm-hmm.
was happening with me,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes it doesn't happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's happening gradually, but when you finally wake up,
Mm-hmm.
it's like overnight.
Yeah.
It's like, wait,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so I think that in different parts of my life, I probably was depressed in
Mm-hmm.
different times of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, being really, really active
Mm-hmm.
when I was a youth
Mm-hmm.
with all the things that I was doing
Mm-hmm.
as a athlete, and
Yeah.
dancing and
I
everything,
remember.
I never even thought it was a thing that
Mm-hmm.
I was going to get, gain weight or
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. And if I did, I knew how to get it off. It wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
big deal. But, as a mama and you having babies
Mm-hmm.
and, it just kind of creeps on there
Yeah.
and you're taking care of your babies
Yeah.
and you almost forget to take care of yourself.
Yourself. Yes.
It's
Yes.
kind of like they become your focus
Mm-hmm.
when actually you should still be your
Yes.
focus, because
Absolutely.
the better you are, the
The
better
better they are.
they'll be.
Yes.
And so I think that's where I kind of lost myself
Mm-hmm.
in every way, whether
Mm-hmm.
emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
psychologically,
Mm-hmm. Go back. You said a few things, but this is what I want to say to the women. As Alicia said, that she was caring for her children and she forgot to take care of herself. As I said in one of the previous episodes, put your life vest on, put your oxygen mask on, right? You have to save yourself, take care of yourself before you take care of others. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be any good to others, like Alicia said. I'm no good if I'm not taking care of me to my daughters and to everyone else who's connected to me, who's around me. So remember, take care of you. So what was so you said physically, spiritually, emotionally, you were going through, you said at different stages you experienced depression.
Yeah.
So what was your breaking point?
Oh, that's a good one. So I think my breaking point in regards to me shifting and knowing that it was a huge problem for myself as far as weight was my mother's 55th birthday dinner, I believe it was. We had a dinner for her at the Olive Garden. We all got together, had a nice dinner, took pictures, you know, the whole thing you do. And, you know, we used to develop pictures, you remember. We don't do that no more. Yeah, we don't do that no more.
No, we telling our age.
So yeah, we developed these pictures, and everybody was like, "When we getting the pictures back, Alicia?" I was like, "Oh, I've got to get them from Walgreens, whatever." And so I got the pictures, and I started going through each of the pictures, and then I got to a picture that it was my mom, me, and my sister, and I said, "Who's that?
This is not me.
Who is this? Who is this?"
Right.
I'm like, I don't know who that is, you know? I don't know who that is. And so I go to my oldest and I said, who is this? I said, who is this? And she looked at me and she was like, that's you, Mom. I said, no. She was like, yeah, that's you. And I was just like, oh my goodness. I did not recognize myself in the picture. And you know,
what did
they
that
say
do for you in that moment?
I was in shock. I was really in shock. And you know, I even had a conversation with my mother and my sister. And I said, I said, look at this picture of us. And they even said, that's not us.
Wow.
And my mother, I will say this, my mother said this. I'm not going to say I said this or my sister, but my mother said, this is probably not politically correct or anything, but she said, we look like 3 beach whales.
Our mamas are brutally honest.
Really? I'm like okay.
Wait, we look like a whale on the beach? No way.
Exactly. And all we could do is laugh, but internally I was like broken up. I was crying because I was like, this wasn't my life.
What happened? Yes.
What happened?
Oh my God.
What happened?
Say it again. This wasn't my life.
Not my life. Like, I'm this active person. Yeah. Had my kids active. And, you know, fed them right. Made sure they were good and they were right. But here I am just packing on everything. Taking it all on, you know, physically and, like I said, emotionally, psychologically. I'm just taking all this on. That was my breaking point.
How old were you at that time?
Oh, that picture was, you know what? I probably was like, listen, if my mother was 55.
You were in your 30s, huh?
Yeah, because we're not but 19 years apart. So, yeah. I got a rude awakening then, and but here's the thing. Usually you get that rude awakening, you're like, I'm starting tomorrow. And in my mind, I was like, yeah, I'm starting tomorrow. But it still was a process. Yeah. It still was a whole process. And I said, okay. And I think at that time, Biggest Loser was this big thing, right? Biggest Loser. So I was like, I'm going to do Biggest Loser. I'm going to watch it. So I started watching Biggest Loser. And my kids would laugh at me because I'd be on the couch watching Biggest Loser, eating my ice cream.
Oh! Ladies, how many of you relate to that? Or even watching an exercise routine on YouTube while you eating some cookies on the couch.
And I would be telling my kids, get the Chips Ahoy, please. Yeah, bring those. And I'm eating, this is after my revelation, mind you. And I'm watching Big Loser crying because the transformation of these stories. And I'm like, that's going to be me. That's going to be me. Oh my gosh. It was horrible. And then my daughter was like, Mom, really? Really? Your kids, they are brutally honest too, okay?
Let me tell you about it. Lord, too honest. You be like, I don't want to hear that.
Right.
But it's the truth.
my daughter, she said, Mom, this is not right. Like, you're sitting up here crying, like boo-hoo crying, and stuffing your face with ice cream and cookies. Like, what?
Why? What you gonna do?
Yeah, and so I want to say probably like, it still took me a couple of months into a new season of Biggest Loser came on. And I think that's when they did this whole production for the world to be a part of Biggest Loser. And they start saying, okay, go to 24-hour, get your weight, do this, do that. And we're going to dish this all out to you guys for free. And so I said, Mom, come on, you come join me. I wanted to have her join me. And we went and got ourselves weighed.
What did you do, Alicia? Do you mind sharing?
Listen.
What was
I won't share my mama's, but I will share mine because I said I would be transparent. I was tipping the scale at 298. So I was just knock on the door a little bit, and I was going to be 300.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
That woke me up.
Yeah.
I was like, it's.
So that was your awakening.
That was my awakening. Number. Because I actually thought I was closer to like 200.
Yeah.
So that was 100.
You know what? Do we tell ourselves? So here's the thing, y'all. Ladies, we do that. We know that we have put on the weight, right? We know that. But what we do is we tell ourselves, yeah, I know I'm probably close to 2. But I know I'm not over 2. I'm probably around 190 something. Well, I tipped the scale at 214 and I'm short. And I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And I wasn't eating Chips Ahoy and stuff. It was menopause that did it. But we tell ourselves that, and it is that scale. It's like that rude awakening, like, wait, what?
Yeah.
How did I get here? Yeah. So was that your moment of awakening and say, okay, now I have to change?
Yeah, because they even did your measurements. They did your measurements back then, and everything was out of control for me. Like everything. Yeah. Like waist. What was a waist? I didn't have a waist.
Wow.
Everything was huge, and in my mind I'm thinking, how did I not know this? Especially when I know I was going to the store buying size 22s. Now Alicia, come on. You know you was never no 22. How did you not know this?
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. That was it for me in regards to how I wanted to shift my life and how I wanted to make changes and how I started reintroducing exercise, eating right and doing certain things. That was my introduction to begin the process and really start losing the weight. But we're not gonna stop there, because remember, you can start and you can lose it, and then something can happen, and then you're almost back where you started.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. You getting ahead of the game. I love it, though. I love it, because that is one of the things that I want us to discuss, and I'm going to ask you, because we're talking about your health journey. So let's see. Before you started the journey, so we know that I remember in elementary school, high school, I believe, I don't remember so much of junior high, but elementary and high school, I know that you were physically active. What are some of the sports that you did?
So I was an avid dancer for 5 years. Even prior to getting into high school, I was dancing, and I never really was a person that really like to do gym stuff, I would play basketball, volleyball, and all the things, but that wasn't really my thing. But I loved to dance, didn't know why, and then I remember, oh yeah, my mother danced when she was in high school. So I started dancing in high school, and right away that was like a thing for me, because right away I started in beginning dance, and the teacher said, I'm putting you in advance.
Ah.
That quick, you know, from the moment I got there. So I kind of knew, okay, this was a thing. And that literally kept me straight. And then, of course, I became a cheerleader, song girl, captain. And so that also kept me in line, you know, like even of course back then we were eating whatever.
Yeah.
We were
teenagers.
We were teenagers, but also it was less things put in our food back then.
Absolutely.
So we can go there too at some point.
Yeah.
But it was less ingredients and things and chemicals being put in our food back then.
So true.
So we were eating that and, you know, exercising and we were fine, but all that shifts over time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was the catalyst. Is the actual dancing and cheerleading. Those are my top two.
So that kept you in shape.
That kept me in
healthy.
shape.
Yeah.
That kept me flexible. That kept me no injuries. I just did not have any issues back then. And you know, I probably was a little. I won't say I was snooty. I ain't gonna say that. I'm not even gonna say I was conceited. But you know, when you get voted best figure in high school, it do kind of go to your brain.
Of course, you're in high school.
You're like, oh, you know. So to think that you go from there to what my mom says, beach well.
Like, what happened? What happened? So was there anyone, even before you got to that point, your breaking point, was there anyone that, like, maybe you were dating or in a relationship at the time that said anything about,
Yes, over the years. I mean, I've been married before, and my husband at the time never really said anything because he wanted to have more children, and I was like, no. But even after that marriage didn't work out, when I began dating another man, he did say something. Not in the beginning, but over time, he would say little things, and I was taking it as jabs. You know, I wasn't taking it as he cared.
Okay.
You know, because sometimes it's the way we say things, the way we present it. You know, it doesn't look like it's being given in love.
Yeah.
Right. And because even I've had to learn how to say things in love to people. You know. So yeah, he did say some things to me, very hurtful at the time, and we had a huge breakup over it. We ended up getting back together later on, but that was a pivotal part for me too, because it really damaged something that inside of
you.
Yeah.
So when you started dating him, were you smaller, and did you start gradually picking up weight?
A little bit smaller. So I had lost some weight, and then so I wasn't as big as, you know, the 297, 298. I probably maybe was 50 pounds smaller than that. So you put 50 pounds. I'm not super short, but I guess average height 5'6". They say women 5'5", 5'6". That's the average height. So I'm 5'6", so I'm average height. So 50 pounds on an average height person is still a lot.
So let's fast forward to he was saying things and he wasn't saying it in a nice way or in like, you know, babe, you know, I want you to be healthy. I noticed that, you know, the weight is kind of coming and let's do this together and support you. It wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that at all. It was very, it was not very nice. I don't think he really knew how to deliver it.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah. Say it again.
He didn't know how to deliver it.
He didn't know how to deliver it. And ladies, sometimes that will happen with your husbands or significant others. They'll say things. It's because, and it's not always out of malicious intent or being mean or indifferent. It's just that they don't know how to say it. They don't know how to deliver it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but in that moment, you're probably already feeling insecure.
I was very emotional.
Yeah.
It was, I think he tried to do it in a good setting because we were like at the Marina Beach. And so he was I guess that was his attempt to make it like.
That's the worst.
But it was horrible.
Oh my God.
I was devastated for a very long time. And instead of it changing me to make me like, oh, well, let me just go ahead and get myself together, Hey, let's go get some donuts.
I was gonna say it put you into a spiral.
Yep, I
Yeah.
spiraled.
Yeah.
I really, really spiraled, and we were broke up for a while, and then I believe that was probably around the time of my mother's birthday, and then so other things start
Yeah.
happening, right?
Yeah.
And even I think we had another pivotal moment when we went to the zoo. It was me and my mom took the kids to the zoo, and my mom had her own pivotal moment, and we were on a one of those rides that like go up and down. And my mom was like, "I'm gonna get on this ride with the little one," and so she got on it with my little one, and the ride wouldn't go up. Right, and so she was like yelling at the person that directs the ride. Something's wrong with this thing, it's broke or something like that. And he was like, "No, ma'am, everything." He said, she was like, "No, no, no, no." And
No.
when the ride stopped and my mom got out, it went up.
Oh my Lord.
And she looked at me, I looked at her, and I was trying to have empathy at that moment because I'm really an empathetic person. But I busted out laughing. And so did she. So I was
Okay,
like,
good.
I'm not in trouble. I'm not in trouble. She busted out laughing too. She's like, "That's it. That's it."
Gotta do something about it.
Exactly.
Yes,
Absolutely. Yeah.
And sometimes it takes those moments. I call them like rude awakenings.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is rude. You're rude, but you know what? You're right. I'm awakened, and what am I gonna do about it?
Absolutely.
Am I gonna just sit here and keep eating donuts, ho-hos, and Twinkies and ice cream on the couch while I watch exercise YouTube videos, or am I gonna do something about it? What am I gonna do?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what helped. That's really all those things that were happening really, really, really helped to move us forward as we begin to start the journey in losing weight. And every time that scale went down a little bit, it was a victory. It was like,
yes.
Every single
Isn't
time.
it?
And one of the biggest victories that I saw on that process is my oldest daughter. She came and hugged me one day, right? And I hugged her because I'm big on hugs. And after she hugged me, she looked at me and she said, "Mom, I can put my arms around you now." I was like, yeah.
Oh, yes.
She couldn't put her arms around me before.
When she was hugging you. This is the same daughter that said, "Mom, what are you doing when you were sitting on the couch watching Biggest Loser?"
Absolutely.
Like, wow. And she was really, she was your support.
She was.
She was your support. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's shift a little bit. Let's talk about the challenges and growth. What were some of your biggest challenges that you faced when you first started making the lifestyle changes?
I thought it was going to be me. I thought I was going to be my biggest challenge because usually we stand in our way a lot. We really, really do.
We do.
But in actuality, it was my environment and the people around me that were my biggest challenges. Because as I was trying to make all these changes, the people around me weren't making changes. They still wanted to go out and eat everything you eat, do all the things that we were doing, and then of course I had my children who liked to snack and all the things, and they wanted what they wanted, and I didn't know how to balance, the temptation that's in my house. I didn't know how to balance it, and so those things were like huge obstacles for me, and I had to kind of like ask God, like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do if I'm trying to make these changes and I don't have that kind of support? Like, they feel like they're supporting me, like cheering me on, but they're not supporting me and like, okay, we're going to make a few changes too, just to support you in that. Because those things are more helpful when a person that's around you that is making certain changes. It's just like an alcoholic. If an alcoholic is trying to cut drinking and he has a spouse that drinks all the time, come on, like the spouse needs to. So I think that was my biggest challenge is trying to maneuver that. And I had to make a conscious decision, that I want to still hang out with my friends. And so either I'm going to eat before I go, or I'm going to take my food with me, and I don't care if they say anything.
Yeah.
It's just going to be right there, and they're going to be eating their thing, and I'm going to be eating mine.
And we still hanging out.
And we still hanging out.
But I just eat differently. And ladies, that's okay. And so what she said is that she had to make a conscious decision to make some changes. She didn't change her circle of friends, and she can't exchange her kids, right? But you have to make a decision that, you know what, I have to do something different, and I have to be okay with it. What happens when you don't have the support system? Are you still going to decide to make that health change? One thing that I can suggest, and I know that you can attest to this, is find you an accountability partner who is on the same journey as you, or who is ahead on the journey and has already walked the path that you are walking. So that's very, very important, is to find an accountability partner who's really going to make you accountable. Now, a lot of people will say they want accountability partners, but they don't really want to be accountable. It's like, oh, I'm feeling it right here in the moment. I'm feeling this season. The scale said this today, and I'm feeling this. But then tomorrow it's something different. This is a journey, a lifestyle. A journey is forever, right? And so the changes that Alicia has made is forever. And so that was many years ago, and she's still on the journey, and she's going to talk about the things that she's doing now to maintain. We're both going through the menopause, right? We're both going through it, but it's very important to look at what you're doing and look at how you can do it differently. So even with the children still want their things. My adult son and my husband, there's just certain things that they like and they want to eat. I mean, I was talking about the quinoa. They're like, nah, we don't want no quinoa. We want rice, right? So what can I do in exchange? But I still have to make sure that I have my meals and what I'm eating to help me maintain my healthy lifestyle. And they choose what they want, but as their wife and mama, I still have a responsibility to, provide what it is that they like, right? And so what I do is I find myself incorporating a certain food item in the regular meals that they have, right? And so I kind of ease, how was that? I won't tell them what it is. How was that? Oh, that was good. That was good. Okay, that was such and such and such.
Tell them after.
Right. Yep, that was some tofu.
Yeah, tell them after the fact. Tell them after the fact.
That was some fried chicken and gluten-free flour with peanut oil. You know what I mean? And so what? I'm like, yeah. And so just you have to do what's necessary for your new lifestyle. And you have to make a decision. Like Alicia said, she made a conscious decision. No, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm doing it. So even if your circle of friends are not changing and they still want to go and have Chili's and whatever else, then you come, you get a salad, right? Bring me a salad and some vinegar and oil. Avocado,
Best believe those same friends is going to come around.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're going to come to you, back to you.
Yeah.
For help.
Don't they? Especially when they start seeing results. Wait a minute. Well, how you do that? What?
Yeah.
Okay, now tell me about it.
Yes.
Okay, come on. I was trying to tell you when we started out, but come on. Grandma used to say, bought sis is better than taught sis. Here we go. Right? So let's shift. We're going to shift a little bit more. What were there moments, that you felt like giving up? And if so, what helped you to keep going during those moments?
Oh my goodness. Every other day I wanted to give up. I've always had this health thing inside of me. Like I've always wanted to do things a little bit differently. And I've always shifted to different things that I wanted to do and not go with the norm. I've always been that way, whether it's pain medication, like anything that we put in our body, I was always kind of like, And so, what he said, what happened? What's going on? And I told him, I said, I took these herbs, and this is what happened. This is what I did, and I stopped taking your stuff, and I put it in the trash. And he was like, he was in shock.
See, if I can speak on behalf of the other people in this moment, I'm saying, yeah, it really helped myself and so many others because I watched them as well. So thank you.
God has given us natural ways to heal ourselves. And so